Ball continued to dominate bat on the second day of the LV County Championship match at the Emirates Durham International Cricket Ground, where Middlesex are the visitors. On a shortened first day, Graham Onions had taken 4 of the wickets to fall in Middlesex 141 for 5, and he needed only 2 deliveries of the second morning to grab the 23rd fifer of his career. Neil Dexter the man out before a run had been added. Onions had a 6th in the bag when he then trapped Ollie Rayner in front for 6, a wicket which left the visitors on 149 for 7. 1 run later and they were 8 down as James Harris gave Paul Collingwood his 3rd catch at first slip, this one off Chris Rushworth, who had unusually had to wait until his 15th over for his first success. Only Nick Compton, who'd made 71 on the first day of this fixture, had shown how to bat on this pitch. Toby Rowland-Jones decided that the best approach, given the conditions, was to play some shots, and so that's just what he did. This the pick of them as he lifted Onions over the rope in an over that cost 15 runs. Onions soon had his man, however, wicket number 7 for the former England man, seeing the back of Rowland-Jones for a breezy 27. Gordon Mutchell with the slip catch this time. And the innings was all over when Tim Murtagh gave Collingwood yet more work to do in the slips. John Hastings the bowler this time as Middlesex were all out for 196. Onions with the fantastic figures of 7 for 68. But 196 soon appeared to be a very handy total when Rowland-Jones ripped out Mark Stoneman's off stump with a peach with just his 3rd delivery. He then, in his next over, also bowled Graham Clark for a duck, the batsman choosing the wrong ball to shoulder arms to. Then, when Collingwood used a leading edge to send this ball from Murtagh into the hands of Compton, Durham were left struggling on 7 for 3. You can make up your own mind as to whether Scott Borthwick liked this decision, after he was given out caught behind, as Rowland-Jones struck again after the total had moved on to 31. It became 51 for 5 when Michael Richardson was pinned in front of his stumps by Harris, the batsman on his way for 21. Next ball and Ryan Pringle had his stumps demolished by Harris as Middlesex began to take control. Debutant James Whale came in to face a hat-trick ball and he flicked it to the fine leg fence for 4 to get his first-class career off and running. The 21-year-old did well on debut in partnership with Mutchell, who played the kind of knock produced by Compton on day 1. Crucially, this pair added 34 runs for the 7th wicket in only 4 overs, the new boy making a speedy 25 off only 21 deliveries. But he then lost his off stump to Harris, and Durham were left some way behind on 85 for 7. 30 more runs were added for the next wicket before Hastings drove Dexter out to Paul Stirling after making 16. However, Mutchell kept going, waiting for anything he could lay his bat on as he moved forward to what was to become his first 50 at this ground in the Championship for 4 years. It was an extremely valuable contribution too from the 32-year-old. He'd got to 41 when he lost Rushworth at the other end. He sensationally held off screen by Rowland-Jones at full stretch at mid-off. Mutchell then used a long handle to get to 64, adding 39 runs for the last wicket with Onions. The former, though, was out for 64 when he edged Murtagh to James Franklin, who held on at the second attempt. Durham were all out for 169 to trail on first innings by 27 runs. Rushworth then did what he's been doing all season. With the second ball of the second innings, he had Sam Robson playing on. The new ball was again almost impossible to play, and Onions used it well to have Compton LBW for 5 on this occasion. Then the big moment of the day as Darvin Milan was dropped next ball, his first, Mutchell spilling the chance in the slips, one he would have caught more often than not. It didn't look as if it was going to prove to be too costly though, when in the next over, Stirling nicked off to a back foot drive, before Rushworth had Franklin LBW to match Otis Gibson's county record of 80 first-class wickets for a season. Rushworth now has 75 in the Championship alone, an extraordinary return for a very talented bowler. He'd helped reduce Middlesex to 29 for 4, 56 runs to the good. The cost of that drop of Milan, who would have completed a pair had it been held, was now there for all to see as he played some typically gorgeous strokes as the day drew towards its conclusion. The left-hander has been in outstanding form of late, and he was going to make Durham pay for their profligacy. He was aided by Dexter, back in for the second time on this day and doing much better second time around. It was this partnership late in the day which once again had Middlesex in the box seat. Milan made it to a fine 50 off 71 balls before stumps were drawn, while Dexter had some moments of luck in his unbeaten 46, which helped him and his partner at 89 runs for the fifth wicket, a stand at odds with anything we'd seen so far. That has taken Middlesex to 118 for 4, and that now has them 145 runs ahead, and with a chance of batting their opponents out of this match on day 3, which will start with Milan on 56 and Dexter on 46.